Welcome back again, class. Thank you for joining me for 8.4, dealing with special cases of this foiling method. So today, there's 3 special cases we are going to consider and talk about. Now, I've already experienced that first one at the end of the last notes, that word problem. But I'm still going to take a few minutes to review each of these with you so you understand what's happening. Now, the first thing I want you to consider is for that a plus b squared, what I had us do, I had us actually write it out. I had us expand it so it was easier to see what was happening when we are foiling. So when we do foil this, first, which is a times a, gives us a squared. Outside, which gives us a times b, so ab. Inside, which gives us b times a, so also AB, and last, b times b gives us b squared. So when we talk about the result of this, what we're getting, we can combine those two inside terms. So we have a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So there's a general rule for when we're dealing with these. The next one, a minus b squared. I'm going to do the same thing, all right? I'm going to write the expanded form so it's easier when I now go to FOIL it. First, a times a gives me a squared. Outside, a times negative b gives me a negative ab. Inside, negative b times a gives me the same thing. And last, negative b times negative b is a positive b squared. So now notice when I combine the like terms for this one, I'm actually realistically getting almost the same thing. The only thing that's happened is a sign change in the middle. I have a negative 2ab instead of a positive 2ab. So again, another general rule for when we're looking at these. And finally, that last one, a plus b times a minus b. Well, the expanded form really isn't expanded. It's just exactly the same as what's written. But something really awesome happens here. When you have that sign change, something amazing happens. So we're going to FOIL this out. A times a gives us a squared. A times negative b gives us a negative ab. B times a gives us a positive ab. B times negative b gives us a negative b squared. So this time, when I go to simplify this, again, the wondrous thing that happens here is negative ab plus ab actually completely cancels out this time. So that sign change in the middle there, what ends up happening is all we're left with is a squared minus b squared. So again, here are some general rules for what happens with these special cases. Now what I've recommended, what I'm going to show you is I'm always going to actually do the FOIL method on it, okay? I just want you to understand there are rules that correspond with these. Now, to actually use the FOIL method on these, again, what I want us to do is actually expand it out. Actually write out those two terms. And now I'm going to FOIL it. 2x times 2x for the first. 2 times 2 gives me 4. X times x is x squared. Oh, for outside, 2x times 5 gives me 10x. Inside, 5 times 2x gives me another 10x. Last, so 5 gives me 25. So I go to combine my like terms. 4x squared, then I have 20x plus 25. All right, now I'm going to have to erase a piece of this because I need more space for my next example. So make sure you have them written down. Pause the video if you need to keep writing. All right, this one, again, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to write it out. That squared means I have the whole parenthesis multiplying itself. So first, f, or f for first, gives me x squared. O for outside, x times -4 gives me a -4x. I for inside, -4 times x gives me another -4x. And L for last, -4 times -4 gives us a positive 16. So I combine my like terms, -4x and -4x, which gives me -8x. And there we have our expanded polynomial. All right, so number 3. So it works for this type too. Now, again, I want us to realize, if we look up at that rule, again, I'm not going to use that rule. I'm actually going to FOIL it out. But we should have a general idea of what we're looking for. We have that sign change. So what we should be expecting is that middle term to be dropping out of this expression. All right? So again, I'm still going to FOIL, but I know what I should be expecting when I FOIL. I should expect that middle term to drop out. Let's see if it does. F for first. 3p cubed times 3p cubed. Well, 3 times 3 gives me 9. P cubed times p cubed, 3 plus 3 gives me 6. O for outside, 3p cubed times -1. That gives me a -3p cubed. I for inside, 1 times 3p cubed. That's going to give me a positive 3p cubed. And L for last, 1 times -1 leaves me a -1. And now -3p cubed plus 3p cubed, we do get the opposite sign. We do get that canceling just like we wanted. So we're left with 9p to the 6 minus 1. Right, which again is something we expected to get based on our results in that first little table. Now these can also have some word problems to them. So let's look at number 4. The side length of a square is 3x minus 1 inches. Write a simplified expression for the perimeter of the square and the area of the square. So we have two things being asked of us here. So here's our square, and all the way around is 3x minus 1. Right, so I'm going to focus on the perimeter first. Well, the perimeter, what are we doing? Well, we have that 3x minus 4 or 3x minus 1. Now, for the perimeter, we're adding up every side length, okay? So we're adding up that 3x minus 1. We're adding it up 4 times. So really, we can just take that and multiply it by 4, okay? Because again, we're adding it up 4 times. So for the perimeter, all we're really doing is distributing that 4. 4 times 3x gives us 12x. 4 times -1 gives us a -4. So we already have our perimeter. Now let's think about area. Area I'm going to work on in green. Again, area for any rectangular square, length times width. Well, here the length, 3x minus 1, is the same as the width, also 3x minus 1. So, looking at this, to simplify the area of this, all I have to do is FOIL. First, 3x times 3x, 3 times 3 is 9, x times x is x squared. O for outside, 3x times -1 is a -3x. I for inside, -1 times 3x is a -3x. L for last, -1 times -1 is a positive 1. So I go to combine my like terms at negative 3x. So I have 9x squared. Negative 3x minus 3x is negative 6x, and then plus 1. So that takes care of all of our notes for 8.4, the special cases. So please make sure you have all of this written down. I will check your notes and we will do our practicing in class tomorrow.